I have here this beautiful old MacBook Air from 2013, and it runs currently its maximum supported operating system by Apple, macOS Big Sur, which isn't that old. You can still use this fine. However, I want to know, can we run macOS Sonoma on this? Because Sonoma is still rather recent. It hasn't been released all that long ago, and it's the latest operating system from Apple. And of course, the smart guys over at the Open Core Legacy Patcher team developed already patches, and so we're gonna try it out and see if we can get this installed. And here are all like the informations you're gonna need if you have an old Mac like this, if your Mac will work okay, if it works good or not at all. And as you see here somewhere is our MacBook Air. There it is. I think there it is. Mid 2013, 6.2. Just gonna check that really quick. 6.2. Oh yeah. So that's the one we have, and it says here Legacy Metal. So that means they developed this text, I think it is, for those older graphic cards. Well, it's not a graphic card really. It's just integrated HD graphics. And it should work fine otherwise. That one, the really old ones, not the 2008 ones, they have a different kind of text for the ones which don't support metal. There are sometimes GPUs which are not metal supported, but yet the guys figured out a way. So that's cool and all, but I want to know how well it works, because obviously this is not a new machine. It's beautifully still like in condition. It's almost new. I mean, you can still see somewhere if you look close in the keyboard, but this thing is mint. It's like one of the best purchases I ever made in terms of condition. Like, this looks like out of the showroom from Apple. So props to the previous owner. Nevertheless, this is an old machine. This is a 2013 MacBook. It's only got here the stock configuration at a 1.3 i5 processor and 4 gigabytes of RAM, and that's, I think, 4 gigabytes of RAM might be a problem for modern macOS. I actually think it might be a problem for Big Sur already. Now, I haven't really used it much yet, so I can't really say how well it runs on Big Sur. I suppose it runs okay, but I want to know, first of all, does everything work on Sonoma? Can we get it installed, first of all? But if we can, does everything work, and how well does it work? So I'm really curious to see if that's possible. Here is the Legacy Patcher application. Just check out how beautiful they made this application. It's gotten so far, like I remember the early days with the patching was like all sketchy and command line stuff, and nowadays it's you just click and a couple of buttons and that's it. So what I did is I downloaded this application, and then I pressed create a macOS installer and download the installer. So they have this amazing little utility where you can download later macOS versions without needing the stupid app store. So you can just download it and not worry about an app store. So here you have Sonoma, Ventura, Monterey, and Big Sur. As you see, we got already 2 versions behind. So Monterey and Ventura are already later versions, but Big Sur still widely supported, so you shouldn't really hurry. But again, this is an experiment. So I did that. Then I pressed create an installer. Created the installer here. I pressed to use the existing macOS installer, the one we had downloaded already, and it creates the installer. You need a USB, obviously. And finally, I did here this open core. I'm not gonna do it again, but I'll insert a clip how I did it, and I installed the open core to the USB, and that should be it. As you see, this is what it all did. Those are all the patches, and we're gonna see if we can install it, guys. So we're gonna reboot it. Hold down the Option key, Alt key for, regular people, and then see if we can boot it up, how long it takes to install, and how well it runs. There it already pops up. So we have install Sonoma, which might not work. I'm pretty sure it will not work. It will just make a forbidden sign, so forbidden to install on this computer. you broke ass get a new one. But I think we have to use that one, which has the patches all in it and tricks the installer into thinking it's on a supported one. So let's press that. All right, so we got a new menu, which has your SSD, which is the Big Sur. Even has here the Big Sur wallpaper. But we're gonna try Sonoma. And we have the Apple logo. So we're gonna wait. Hopefully no kernel panics and no nasty surprises. But I got a pretty good feeling about this because this patching has become so easy and straightforward the last years. It is incredible. Sprache auswählen. All right, I'm gonna go with English for you guys because we wanna understand stuff, right? So here it is, macOS recovery. As you see, it looks like any macOS really. Let's just give it a fresh start. Gonna erase it. And then do a fresh install. So, oh man, I'm so stupid actually. I now erased my whole downloaded stuff, which took forever to download. Well, hopefully it works, because if it doesn't, I'll have to do it all again. Fuck, man. Shouldn't have done that. So fingers crossed it works. Install the macOS Sonoma. All right. Okay, to set up the installation, I can see that the mouse cursor is a little choppy. So this driver isn't working correctly yet, but it's only the installer, so I'm not gonna worry too much. Now bear in mind, this is a 10-year-old machine, and it wasn't high-end to begin with. It was more or less mid-range for the time. So yeah, it was not a powerhouse to begin with. Now 10 years later, of course isn't. So we're gonna try our luck, give it time, and yeah, all we can do now is wait. So it already rebooted. Unfortunately, it was too slow to show you that it automatically chose the USB again. So you don't even have to do that anymore. It will automatically boot up the USB. So man, this patcher, it has become really smart. Yeah. So as you see, the thing installed just fine, it was a supported Mac. So let's set it up and see if it continues to work. But so far, I've got a pretty good feeling. Now we do need different keyboard layout here. Give me the German keyboard, yeah. Let's keep English for the rest. No Apple ID. I gotta give Apple credit that you can actually skip it. Unlike on Windows, where they're forcing it down your throat. Here you can actually skip it, which is very good. No, we're not in Cupertino. Actually, I was there in July, which was cool. But just a random fact. I'll link you the video below if you're interested. Yeah, continue. I'm gonna use the light theme just for recording it. It's a way easier task than recording the black one, which reflects everything. And so, what is it doing now? Now I can tell it's not really all that fast. I don't know if that will improve, but this thing only has 4 gigabytes of RAM, and old i5. You know, that's nowadays it's not really much. I don't know what's taking it so long. You know, Sonoma has this unnecessary new wallpaper, which they advertise it as a feature. That's how far we've come, you know. Real innovation. But it's like a wallpaper which moves. Wow. It consumes a lot of resources. I don't see the point in it, but I think that's what's currently bothering it so much. I'm gonna jump into settings here and quickly enable here our trackpad tap to click. Oh yeah, it has the new different kind of settings application. I always thought that the Mac settings were so good with their different layout. Now it's like on an iPad. There's really no reason to do that, honestly, but hey, they did it. Aha! OpenCore Legacy patch has detected that you are booting from an USB or drive. If you would like to boot your Mac normally without a USB drive, you can install the OpenCore. Aha, we still have to do this. Okay, yeah, thank you for reminding me. I would have forgotten. You know what? I want to get this tap to click going because, I don't know, I just like it. So, there's something with trackpad. Am I really too dumb to find this? Let's just go to About. I want to know what it says here. MacBook Air. Yeah, it says all the specifications here. You see there? It's like regular Mac, really. Control center? See that? No, that's the thing here. Battery, displays, wallpaper. There's this darn wallpaper thing I told you about. It's not even the dynamic one. This is the dynamic one. You know what? Let's just put on this dynamic one and see how much it wastes the energy, the resources. Screensaver. Yeah, just a screensaver, I suppose. It's been there for ages. Trackpad. There it finally is. Almost the last one. Why? This is an important thing. Why? Click with 2 fingers. Yeah, secondary click. Man, this is so different nowadays. Tap to click. There it is. Even look like here, those sliders look like on the iPhone. I don't like this way, you know. I come still from a time where Mac was a Mac and iPhone was iPhone, and yeah, but they're all trying to get closer together. Although they're not making it one like people always said it back in the days, like years ago. They said, "Oh, it will be the same operating system." Thankfully, not. So yeah, what is volumes on disks? It's the only thing I can choose, so I'm gonna do it, right? Copying the OpenCore. So you see, it tells you everything you need to know. All right, we're gonna ignore it for now. Here is the patcher again. Post install root patch. We might actually do this as well. The last time I did this with a different MacBook, I forgot this patch, so let's actually do this. Maybe it improves shit, you know. Start root patching. Bam. Here we go. It's relaunching as root. All right. It did graphics, networking, and miscellaneous. So it the FaceTime camera. I just gotta say it again. They made such a beautiful application. Like, this is real props to those guys that do this. You know, they don't get any money from it. This is just done by the community, for the community, to give Apple the middle finger. I like it. See there, it's done. So, you know what? We're gonna just reboot it and start fresh. So we're gonna eject the USB. We don't need that anymore. And now let's reboot that thing. Oh yeah. Restart. Into macOS Sonoma. Huh. All right, well, here it is at last. Okay, let's go. So here's the login page. Sonoma wallpaper, not really my cup of tea, but you can change it, not a big deal. So this is again this active wallpaper. I don't know what it really does. I can't see it moving. Can't see it doing anything. Maybe it takes longer for it to do something. But I still think it's a waste of everything, a waste of resources. But hey, those, you know, fancy new modern Macs, they have so much power, it doesn't really matter if you waste some resources. This is what they thought, apparently. But where is it again? Lock screen? No. Man, this really is not... Yeah, it's Sonoma. It's loading this stuff. But so far, this is a 10-year-old Mac. You gotta cut it some slack. It runs the latest operating system from Apple. Yep, it has the super duper dynamic wallpaper here. It runs this operating system. Everything seems to be working on first glance. There it is, MacBook Air. See what it pops up. Okay, it goes into this page. It is probably not a system profiler. Still not. Coverage! Man, long gone on this one. No, okay. So we're gonna just try all the buttons now. So this is the brightness. Okay, we can still move it up a bit. That's good. So yeah, so the brightness works. I don't know how they call it nowadays, the mission control or something. No, that was long ago, was it? Oh, I'm so long out of the Mac stuff. Yeah, that's surprisingly smooth, isn't it? Look at that, man. This is the launch pad. This is not choppy at all. The only choppy thing I saw so far, first impression, this is a really super first impression, is this here. This is a bit sluggish. I don't know why it's sluggish. Now it improved a bit, but it's not a deal breaker. Not at all. So this is the backlit keyboard that also works. Yeah, those are like it launched the music here. This is like pause and play and stuff. The sound is important. Does the sound work? Let's go into Safari. It takes long to launch this. Let's go to Safari, play back a video, because we gotta be realistic. You know, what do people do with these machines nowadays? If they have an old MacBook, which is 10 years old, literally, what will they do? They will not do some heavy-duty video editing. They will do basic stuff. So can they do basic stuff? That's what we'll find out. So could Sonoma still work with this? I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe with some tweaks here and there. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this isn't the fastest thing currently. This is actually not too good. This is kind of bad actually. But hey, it locked up here. Now again, this is a patched operating system in its stock configuration. We have all this stuff here, all this crap, those widgets, you gotta have them, right? Those are activated. We get everything in the control center here. Yeah, it all works beautifully here. Just that Safari locked up here. Yeah, it totally locked up. Force quitted. Yeah, let's try it out again. We got everything activated. So maybe if we could get rid of this transparency of this horrendous wallpaper and all these little things, those eat away at the RAM. Maybe we can then get it going. But hey, this really doesn't want to work here. Safari is absolutely not coping. What is going on? But I'm gonna download Firefox and see what Firefox does here. All right, maybe Firefox can work with YouTube, because Safari isn't really liking it, isn't having it. So we are using currently 28% of CPU running just Safari. Memory, that's an interesting one. Oh, actually not too bad. It's using 2.8 gigabytes currently. And this isn't too bad. I mean, again, this is the latest operating system from Apple. So Windows 11 also needs the same amount, I'd say, when it has a web browser open, that is. So yeah, that is actually fine. The problem with those 4 gigabytes of RAM is it gets eaten up so fast nowadays with those modern applications. They need more RAM nowadays, and so those 4 gigabytes, they will be gone soon. Let's just launch your maps, because I'm interested. Does the metal thing work? This is obviously a patched system, so see if that works. Let's go to Cupertino. Let's visit Tim Cook here. All right. Seems to be working so far. The pinch to zoom even works. Look at that. Sweet. Now, it isn't 100,000% smooth, but I can definitely work with that. I mean, this, damn, even the rotation works. This old trackpad. Nice stuff. Here's somewhere the infinity loop. Or infinite loop, or however it's called. Apple Park. There it is. If you ever try to visit Apple Park, I don't want to say be ready to be disappointed, but it's not really, you can't really do anything there because it's all hidden away by pretty trees and all that. So you have only this visitor center, and that's really it. So you're here and you can look at it, but that's really everything you can do. But still, it was cool that we saw it finally. There it is. It works all right. Let's see how the RAM situation is. Yeah, 3 gigabytes already. I bet a couple of more applications and we are done. Let's see about that. Let's open up another one. Settings, I don't know, the photo booth. Let's see if the camera works. Yeah, it works. Wow, cool. And yeah, still at 3.05, not bad at all. Damn, this is better than I thought with the RAM. However, I'm not sure what it is with this browser situation because it would not want to open up YouTube. Like, it would always crash on the cookies thing. Opens up my website just fine, as you see. Try it one more time. It can't be that this doesn't work. Yay! Just check out what YouTube is full of crap nowadays. Look at all this stuff here. But hey. So at last we managed to go to YouTube. Let's actually try my video here. Sound works good. But this is playing back in 360p. We can have that. Let's do it to 1080. Even though this is not a 1080p screen, but hey. Oh wow, look at that. Huh. This is a buttery smooth playback. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. We got all this stuff open. That's me there. Look at that. Totally smooth. Wow. Haha. The fan isn't even on. 3.3 gigabytes. Man, what can I say? Did I judged it too soon? This isn't bad at all. Because if you remember this one MacBook I had, the other one, that was, I wouldn't say it was struggling to play YouTube, but it was not doing it that good, that smooth and that fast as this one. Look at the scrolling though. Totally smooth, man. Safari. I said it wrong. This is actually pretty good. I'm impressed, guys. This is not what I expected. I expected this to be a lot more choppy, a lot more waiting around, and we get stuff in the background here as well. I mean, this isn't bad. First impression is good. Man, this is freaking Sonoma. You know, this is the latest version. I suppose we could even get more RAM. I mean, now it's getting close to maxing out the RAM. But even with that, we have a smooth playback. Full screen. Yeah. Even that works. Man, I'm impressed by this computer. Look at it. It's playing it back here. And I'm so fast here choosing the application. Damn. Look at that. This is usable. 4 gigs of RAM. Man. I could imagine if we got rid of all this junk here, this widget stuff, we could get more RAM. So let's do all of this. Yeah, here we have some lag. But hey, got all this stuff away. Now, what is this? Let's get rid of this wallpaper. So we got cities here as well. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's downloading it now or if it's just loading it. I don't know. Yeah, it's downloading it. You could definitely do some web browsing on this without issues. Nothing's stopping you there. Almost done here with the download. And this is a smooth experience. So this Mac still has life left in it. Man, did I expect that? No. This is 10 years old. But still, it's not dead, far from it. So here is this wallpaper. I don't know if... Is it now live or is it not working? I don't know. Or is it gonna take longer to change? Who would want to look at this though? Just a whole lot of concrete and cars and planes. Man, I like cars and planes, but well. Anyway, you know what? Just gonna no, not this color though. This is also boring. Do we have just normal wallpapers, like just a picture? Picture there, a radial green. It's all gonna download it now. But it works relatively well. Can't be too mad about it. Let's see if the wake from sleep works. All right. I suppose it is in sleep now. Let's try to wake it. Man, that was instant. This is how a Mac should be. This is how Windows PCs still can't do it nowadays. Like, so first impression is pretty good, as you see. Everything works. We got all the function keys working. It's a smooth experience. It could need more RAM, but hey, we can't change that. It's not upgradable. But it's working all right. Let's see if the boot process is faster now, or if we can maybe, try to speed it up with a PRAM reset. I don't know, but let's just try it. All right, let's try that. Okay, that was faster now. That was way faster. Yeah, you can definitely live with that. That's absolutely acceptable. This boot up process is alright. Sure, it's not the fastest in the world, but like, what can you ask for a 10-year-old machine? Like, to be super fast, like an M1 MacBook? I don't know. This is totally fine, totally acceptable, considering, harder PCs take literally minutes to boot up. This isn't too bad. Now, yes, this is only first impression. I haven't done some real work on it. I don't know how stable it is. I suppose it's alright, but you can't really be sure when you didn't use it, right? I don't know how the battery life on it is. I don't know, if you're using heavier applications, if it's any good. But doing lightweight stuff, I can definitely say, try it out if you want Sonoma. If you want the latest, try it out. I mean, nothing's stopping you. And I think you can actually make it a bit more snappy, getting rid of like the transparency, like somewhere here, accessibility. And yeah, I mean, this application isn't the fastest, truth be told, but it's the only one I saw. Display, is it that? Reduce motion, that's also, I think, a good one, and reduce transparency. And now I think you're gonna have a couple of resources free from unnecessary, blurring and animation. Sure, it's not as smooth. Oh well, that wasn't too bad though. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely work with that. That is absolutely usable. And I'm impressed. I mean, this thing is 10 years old and it wasn't high end back in the day. So props to Apple for making a good laptop that actually lasts, even though they don't want it to last any longer, but it outlasts their own plan. So that's good, I guess. So props to the guys here from Open Core Legacy Patcher. I think it's Dordania. If that's the developer or not, sorry, but you know, this is a good community. They actually keep a lot of Macs going, so thank you a lot. See you guys later. And maybe if you manage to do it yourself, write in the comments how you like it, how it is working. See you later.